Welcome to another edition of Real News Tuesdays. Well, one political party in defense to one of the horrific, most insane, most insulting, most evil, most communist, most socialist, most dumb policy to ever even be thought of, brought up the ignorant, stupid, moronic idea of doing something that should land her in jail for mentioning. If I were president and somebody said they wanted to tax unrealized capital gains, I would say, you are a communist spy. You are not an American. No American with a conscience or a quarter of a brain would do such a evil thing or even bring it up. The lie is not in that person wants to do such an evil, demonic thing. The lie comes into the story about how, and it keeps getting thrown in my face by ignorant, moronic imbeciles, thrown in my face. Why don't you tell the whole story? It's for those people who make $100 million. It's for those people who are worth $100 million. And that's where fake news comes out. That's about as fake as everything MSN says, all fake, as everything CNN says, all fake. How naive are you? Please don't tell me you actually believe that's what they would do. Do you know how many few people are worth $100 million? It's a drop in the bucket. Do you know how many trillions of dollars the government is trying to steal from all of us with this new policy, and continue to steal it annually? They want to take away from you the right you always had. You were always able to not have to pay fuck you tax on the house you live in, and that's called basically capital gain tax. I call it the fuck you tax because the government punishes you because an asset of yours went up in value, but they fuck you when the asset you live in goes up in value. It's as if you're not going to have to live someplace else. So they feel like they can fleece you, fuck you in the you-know-what, and continue to fuck you in the you-know-what. And you don't need that money? And how many people have that money in their back pocket? Because we know what's going to happen. She's saying 100 million. Doing that to fool the morons who make less than 100 million, who are worth less than 100 million, to think to themselves, well, I'm in the clear. Yeah, go fuck those rich people. No, you're not in the clear. And no, they're not going to fuck the rich people. The rich people are too smart to be fucked. I'm not rich. And if she gets elected, actually before she gets elected, I'm not, at least in my book, I'm not considered rich. I consider myself upper middle class. But if I get a sense, I mean, right now I think she's got a chance of about 1 in 100 billion to get elected because of her great policies. But if I thought she had a chance of getting elected, I'm going to go to one of my attorneys that makes about $350 an hour and my accountant, a CPA, who's part of a monster-sized firm who also makes a hell of a good living. And I'm going to have a sit-down with both of them. And I'm going to say, what do we need to do to make sure I don't get punished by these illegal, evil, insane, fascist, communist policies of the president? And I'm going to do it. And if it means taking everything I own off my name ahead of time before the wench gets her policies passed, I would. If it means taking every single capital gain I own and put it all into a mattress so it could never get charged a tax again, I would. If it means taking my money and leaving the country and leaving my assets as is, but only having to live out of the country 6 months out of the year, I'd be willing to do it. Don't know if my wife and kids would be willing to do it, but let me tell you, I go someplace beautiful like Spain. Spain's paradise compared to this shithole. And this shithole turned into a shithole because of our politicians. The United States of America is the greatest country in the world. But Spain? Paradise. I get the fuck out of here so fast. Let me tell you, if I was a single man, no kids, no family, think about the no family part. Aunts, uncles, cousins. I could go visit them and they can come visit me in Spain. I'd be so fucking out of here, you wouldn't know what hit me. I will not be a part of a communist country. So what's the point I'm making? They started $100 million. Then they realized, okay, we can only fuck 0.5% of the people. That's not enough fucking. We need to fuck a lot more people because we need a lot more money because we're a bunch of whores, a bunch of dickheads, a bunch of scumbags who tax and spend, and where we spend is not on Americans. Nope. We take that money, we give free housing, healthcare, food, counseling, anything they need to people who illegally cross the border and mean to harm us. I'm not talking about the very good illegal aliens already here in America, part of society, working. They should never be allowed to vote until they become an actual citizen. That's another conversation. We'll make a video on that because that's part of their scam, part of their plan. But that $25,000 a year going to first-time home buyers, all you young kids getting a Woody right now, all you young ladies getting you-know-what right now, don't get too excited, guys. They're planning on fucking you. That money's not going to you. You like to say, understand the policies. Well, understand that policy they made up. If your parents own a home, which I don't know anybody of my friends whose parents don't own a home, you don't qualify for that money. And they got a lot of other reasons why you wouldn't qualify for that money. Mainly, it's a payoff to the illegal aliens. They're coming in here. Their parents don't own shit. They might own a shack made out of cinder block in Mexico or in Venezuela or any other foreign country that wants to send over their terrorists. So come on, wake up, America. Don't be fooled or fucked by your own fucking government and learn the truth. That $100 million marker, so to speak, threshold they like to use, starts at 100 million, then it drops to 50 million, then it drops to 5 million, then it drops to 1 million, then it drops to $500,000, then it drops to $250,000. $250,000. Remember, our douchebag government thinks you're rich at $400,000. You're a family household making $400,000. Woo, woo, woo. You're rich. We better fuck the fucking fuck out of them and tax the shit out of them like they've never been fucking taxed before. But you live in California, New York, $400,000, you can wipe your ass with it. You're poor in those two states with that kind of money. Don't fucking bullshit a bullshitter. I'm from Queens, New York. You don't fool me for one fucking second. I'm gonna come out here, call you out when you fuck with our money. Remember, the Stockfather's not political. If this was a Republican talking such horse shit, I'd rip the Republican a new asshole, including Trump. I could give a fuck who you are. Don't fuck with our money. Don't fucking lie to us. Grow up, tell the truth.